XTCG Kingdom here, bringing you my What Does the Fox Say deck. This is my Steel and Sapphire deck, featuring Robin Hood and Maid Marian and all the foxes. This is the deck. It's Robin Hood, Duke Wesselton, Grammatala, Robin Hood for the 2-cost, Nick Wilde, Maid Marian, Robin Hood, the Shift 3-cost, Robin Hood from the Sat 1, the 6-cost, the Rise of the Titans card, Let the Storm Rage On, and then the Long King Zeus for my other action here, Let It Go, A Whole New World, Grab Your Swords, Popsicle, Last Cannon, the Nottingham, and McDuck Manor. The deck is trying to just control the field with the Robin Hoods and make it so that you are trying to bring out the Shift Robin Hood on turn 3 so that you can start singing at any of these songs and controlling the board with his questing. You have the Duke Wesselton in here as a quick 2 lore grab. Well, he's not a fox, but very close to foxy. And we are actually playing the Last Cannon to power up any of our characters so that we can deal with threats while they come up. And we want the Rise of the Titans to kill any other characters that are trying to, any other locations that are trying to be played, while making sure your opponent doesn't get too much off of those, lore off of those. And let's take a look at some gameplay, shall we? Our first game here, we are just trying to get the Shift, like Robin Hood and some lower Robin Hoods, so that we can start playing out our Shift Robin Hood on turn 3. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of that, so we're going to try just inking and trying to just outplay our opponent with control, letting them get a little bit ahead. We are bringing our Grammatala out so that we can start just getting some free ink out of this. They do take the bait and kill her. I know that they get the draw, but all I'm trying to aim for is a 5-cost, like a 5 ink in my inkwell, so that I can start playing out stuff. I don't need the Last Cannon right now, as I drop the the McDuck Manor, so that I have to make them think about either questing or taking out the McDuck Manor. And they ink some of the cards that are not going to be useful for them. They're going to try to think about if they want to play some songs. They decide to play some characters out, and look at my hand, and they see I have a Whole New World or the Grab Your Swords. They don't want to lose all their characters, but they did see that I now have all these Robin Hoods in hand, so I don't need to keep them hidden anymore, and I'll drop a Robin Hood. Now they are trying to think if they want to start questing with their characters and seeing if they really want to lose them. They try to do some damage to my Robin Hood so they can get some draw off. The Stitch is going to quest so that he can earn them a lot of points. My McDuck Manor is actually keeping me in the game against the Stitch. I draw into another Robin Hood. I end up just using the Robin Hood, healing up my other Robin Hood with Popsicle, getting some free lore off of it, and I'm now keeping up with them as easily as they are trying to quest. They drop a aerial to see if they can grab a song to hurt my play. They do grab a Long King Zeus to hopefully try to kill the 2-cost damaged one, and this is what I thought they were going to do. They end up singing the Long King Zeus, and they aim for the other one so that both have damage on them, and I'm thinking to myself, they probably have a Grab Your Swords, so this is going to be really unfortunate for me if they do. So I'm just going to drop another McDuck Manor and then sing A Whole New World with my 2-cost one, and see if I can get anything to help my hand. I drop a Grammatala into my inkwell, and then I play Let the Storm Rage On to kill some of their song singers. I decide if I should sing or not. I am going to sing to kill the Stitch so that there's no more drawing from my opponent, and then I have to give them another outlet to see if they can kill both of my characters with their song. If they do have a Grab Your Sword, which I hope they don't, they end up playing a Robin Hood, which means I might be safe. They do end up dropping the Long King Zeus to take care of my already damaged one. My McDuck Manors are starting to get more ink lore than they can actually handle. I get into a popsicle to heal myself. I decided to get rid of the aerial first as my primary target by singing, and I drop a Macduff banner and they concede because they have no way to catch up to me at that point. And we're going on to game 2. Game 2 here, we're just trying to send cards back from our hand just to see if we can get into the 1-drop Robin Hood. I again draw into 2 copies of the Shift one. So I am just going to play out my ink for the long game. I know there's no ramp in this deck to get more and more stuff into my inkwell, except for the Gramatellas, but I'm okay with that. I want them to think if they want to attack into my characters or keep trying to go for my characters, or go for their options of getting lore. I ended up just killing off the Robin Hood, the one that would make my life difficult with the Duke Whistleton there, and they decided that they can't do their special damage with the Robin Hood, and they decided to quest. I try to do some damage on the Tink to make it so that we make it so that our opponent doesn't want to shift into their big Tink and cause a play like that. Or all we're doing right now is trying to keep our opponent back from being too careless with their stuff. They do end up attacking into my Duke Whistleton because they don't want me getting any more lore, and then I drop a big Robin Hood and getting ready for inducing a lot of my control options here. They drop a Robin Hood's bow, which I find really interesting, and trying to do some ping damage off of it. I thought they would have the green card that does kill one of my damaged characters, but they did not have it, so I'm okay with that. I decide that I should heal up my Robin Hood and then attack down a other Robin Hood so they don't shift, and then I'm dropping a Nick Wild so I can get my popsicle back, play my popsicle, good new draw, and then decide to ink my Let It Go because I don't really need it, and I'm going to heal up my Robin Hood because I do not want him to die. I'm just trying to empty my hand out as much as I can and not get caught into the Cheshire Cat like way of dying here. They drop a beast to try to do some ping damage. They choose my Robin Hood to go after it. They do some damage with the other Robin Hood item. Then now they're trying to trade in all their characters, or most of their characters, to get rid of my one Robin Hood. I get a free draw off. I don't mind that. I have another Robin Hood in hand, and I decide to play out my little Robin Hood and another little Robin Hood. Sing the Long King Zeus to get rid of the big beast, and then shift on top of my little Robin Hood. All ready now for the whole new world that's going to be coming up pretty soon. I decide to get rid of the Cheshire Cat. I don't do enough damage to have to worry about losing my character, and I just play a whole new world, and we got a new hand to work with here. We draw a card. I ink a card that I don't need right now, which is the Last Cannon. Most of the time, the Last Cannon will be inked. It's only for situational events that come up. They continuously drop more and more characters. I have 2 Grab My Swords in my hand. I play both of them to kill all their characters in the field, and they just concede from there. We are moving on to our next game. Again, we're trying to find our 1-cost Robin Hoods. Here I get none of them at all. And the Fox says no for me to actually get a starting play. So I let my opponent go, and we are playing the popsicle game of trying to draw into the items that I need for it. Let's go. For our first popsicle, we draw into a whole new world. Oh, lots of uninkable items here, and not looking good for me and trying to get to my Robin Hood play that I want. They are on Amethyst, and they are on, I think this one was, Emerald, and they are just going to start questing. I drew into the 1-cost Robin Hood. I'm happy about it. I draw into another card with another popsicle. I'm just trying to make it so I have some inkable items, and I'm going to try my best to get into this shift cost Robin Hood so that we can start singing grab your swords to get rid of all their characters. I want them to keep playing out more and more of their characters so that I can make use of my grab my sword or grab your swords. So we ink the location, and then we sing grab our swords, get rid of all their board, and then happily let them pass, because now I'm in control of the board. They drop a Peter Pan, I have another grab my swords in the hand, so if I'm not going to use it right away, I'd rather them commit more to the board. I drop a McDuck Manor and then Quest, and then let them go, because I want them to play more characters out so that I can definitely drop the grabber swords. I have 2 whole new worlds in my hand, which is pretty okay. Really wish they were copies of whole new worlds and something else, because now I'm gonna lose 2 of them, or sorry, 1 of them, and when I play one. They are dropping Maleficent and getting a draw. I'm trying to bait them into more and more commitment to the field, because I want them to set up their hand as much as they want. So I play the whole new grab your swords to get rid of the 2 characters, so I don't need any bounce shenanigans going on, and then I let them go. I pass on a Robin Hood. They play a Tinkerbell, and then take a few moments here to try to figure out that they're only going to give their own character evasive, which is pretty useless. You could have even selected my character to play the evasive on, and it wouldn't have mattered. They ink another card, and then we draw a turn. I get let the Storm Rage on. I decide I'm just going to hard play it, get a free draw off, put my Duke Whistleton into the inkwell, and then ping the last damage for Tinkerbell and Quest. I'm still in control of the board. I'm waiting for my opponent to try and do something. I'm hopefully not going to suffer from any kind of bounce. They drop a Cusco, and then try to figure out what they're going to do. I drop the location into the ink, and then I play a whole new world by singing it first, and then get rid of their hand. I drop another location and 2 items to help me power boost my characters and a bunch of other characters to play out. I don't mind what they're going to do. I'm just get ready to quest, and they concede because they know that it's out of hand there. In this game, I actually drew into the Robin Hood that I can use to start, which was lucky for me. I wait for my opponent to go. They're playing Emerald, and we are going to throw our Grim Talent. We don't need it right away because she was only there for turn 2 if we wanted it. And I bring out my Robin Hood. Knowing that your opponent has a Robin Hood on the field is almost a tell that they do have the shift in hand. So if you ever see that, just get rid of it as fast as you can, because it's not going to be pretty for you. I ink another card and drop my Duke Whistleton so I can start questing with it at least once and make my opponent focus in on it. That's turn 3 for them, and they are dropping another Emerald character, which is Peter Pan, and I'm just trying to ink my way up to victory. I see that there is no location, so I put Rise into my inkwell, and then quest with my Duke Whistleton, get rid of the genie because there is a shift genie that we need to watch out for, and pass my turn. My opponent decides to drop a Tinkerbell and make the Duke Whistleton evasive, and doesn't want to suffer from another ink issue where I get some lore from attacking their characters for the low amount of ink. I drop a McDuck Manor and they drop their whole hand to try to get some sort of advantage here in questing. I get another location here, so I drop a McDuck Manor. I attack into Duke Whistleton, getting another lore, and quest with my and get my lore off my first Duck Manor. They are now deciding how to decard my board, since I'm about to get four more like off of the Duck Manor, and they send back my cards to my hand, and I just quest and win, and that's it for me. And I hope you guys like it, and like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Bye.